not all physician anesthesiologists and not all CRNAs are great at teaching. This is unfortunate, but true. Most are pretty good, but some are pretty bad. That being said, setting the tone when you first come in the morning is so key. So I'm sure you were already doing this, but I'm just going to speak to the things that have worked for me. So getting there early, getting the room set up, pre-oping the patient, actually knowing the case that you're doing and case review, and then coming in with an anesthesia plan, and then setting the tone when you are like in pre-op, sending them a text of like, I set up the room, pre-op the patient, I'll meet you back there. And then when they're there and they're in a bad mood because they're going through a divorce or whatever, like who knows, right? You're sitting there and then you're already ready to go. And you're like, hey, I'm Anna, I'm a third year. I was thinking general with an adductor canal block or whatever, whatever you're thinking. And then ask early for input to be like, but I'm all ears. I've only been at this site for about 2 weeks. And I know every place does things slightly differently. I'm all ears of you for any of your input. And then throughout the case, ask any questions that you need to, but hopefully like you could run the case pretty much yourself. And then at the end of it, ask them if they would have done anything differently. Be like, hey, would you have done anything differently with that emergence or with the wake up? And then that gives them the opportunity to like give input. Some people are just miserable and that's not really your problem. But most of the time you can really mitigate like negative interactions with people by being early prepared, warm and like knowing what the case is. And then being like, I was thinking we're going to do this, but I'm all ears for any of your input. And then at the end of it, asking if they would have done anything differently. And then just going from there. And then if they ask a question you don't know the answer, be pretty quick to be like, I don't remember that. Or like, I'm not sure. Coming up with something that's like bullshit or making something up is not what they want to hear. They'd much rather hear like, oh, I need to review that, you're right, than the alternative.